What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So Federico Bernardeschi recently spoke to Radio Bianconera and had a little mini interview with them. And he said a lot of interesting things about his time with Juventus. Obviously, he departed from the team in the summer of this year. His contract ended and Juventus didn't decide to renew him. Regardless, let's get into what he said. One of the things that he did say that he was born to play the 10 and he wanted to play that position at Juve. And for 1,000 reasons out of his control, it didn't happen, but he still gave his all, which I do agree, to be honest, because when you do see his qualities as a football player, he never really was a proper PC player who really was supposed to play on the wing. He was played on the wing more as an inverted winger due to the fact that for the most part in his career he was good at shooting and assisting. Obviously kind of dropped off in recent seasons, but again, I do think that the number 10 position was probably a position they should have played more often. And I do kind of feel bad that we didn't use him to 100% of his potential. That's about leaders of the dressing room, and he listed Chiellini, Bonucci, Buffon. They also listed Danilo Mandzukic, which was very interesting to me because although Mandzukic was never really a captain of Juventus on paper, he always seemed like he was a great leader and he really gave 100% to the club. And same thing for Danilo so far. He hasn't really had the captain's armband a lot of the time. You can really tell that he's a great voice in the locker room. The question that was very interesting to me was that does he regret the Juventus years? And the answer was very good in my opinion. He said that he didn't have any regrets, but he thought that he could have offered more in order to impose himself on the roles he was given. But obviously early in the interview, he talked about how he didn't really get to play the exact role he wanted, which was the number 10. But now he also does say that despite that fact, he could have still played better, which I think is a very professional and good response from Bernardeschi. I never doubted that he was a professional. He never really caused any problems. Even with his contract extension, he never made that much of a big deal. He just said, okay, I'll leave, and then went to Toronto. He moved on, and I think he's a very good professional. And despite the fact that he had a lot of poor performances in recent years, he was still a very good player for a lot of those years for the club. And of course, I hope that he does do very well in the MLS for Toronto next season. Obviously, I think the season has ended, if I'm not mistaken, and will restart somewhere in May, June. So I hope he does well. What do you guys think about what he said in the interview? Do you think the questions and answers were good? Should he have said something different? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to subscribe for more kind of content, and I'll see you in the next one.